Today, I am going to discuss sedimentary rocks. What are sedimentary rocks? We have studied already igneous rocks. Igneous rocks means the rocks which are formed of magma or lava. Sedimentary rocks means which are formed of sediments. Sediments are rock fragments which are product of weathering. These sediments are transported by geological agents such as streams, rivers, wind, glaciers. Glaciers means moving ice sheets. Then these sediments will be deposited in the depressions like oceans, seas, rivers, lakes, etc. After deposition, loosely deposited sediments are compacted as they are buried beneath the load of successive layer of sediments. The transformation of loosely deposited sediments into a rock is called by the name lithification. The sedimentary rocks are grouped into two divisions. Number one, clastic sedimentary rocks. Number two, non-clastic sedimentary rocks. What are clastic sedimentary rocks? Clastic sedimentary rocks are also called by the name mechanically formed sedimentary rocks. Clasts means a fragment of pre-existing rock mass, pre-existing mineral mass, a fragment of pre-existing mineral mass. Clastic sedimentary rocks contain clasts. They are fragments of rocks which are formed by the operation of weathering, erosion, transportation, deposition and lithification. Again, clastic sedimentary rocks are divided into four kinds. Number one, rhodaceous sedimentary rocks. Number two, arenaceous sedimentary rocks. Number three, silt sedimentary rocks. Number four, argillaceous sedimentary rocks. Number four, argillaceous sedimentary rocks. Let us take one by one. The first one, rhodaceous sedimentary rocks. What are rhodaceous sedimentary rocks? If the grain size of the sediment is greater than 2 millimeter. Such sedimentary rocks are called as rhodaceous sedimentary rocks, in which we are going to find as an example conglomerate. This is the rock conglomerate. You see, this is the clast. The rock, particularly the sedimentary rock, in which the clast size is greater than 2 millimeter, then the rock is called by the name rhodaceous sedimentary rock. Another example can also be seen, which is breccia. In breccia, the grain size is also greater than 2 millimeter. The main difference between the conglomerate and breccia is here rounded pebble. In conglomerate, the clast is rounded. In breccia, the clast denotes angularity. Why? When these clasts have been transported longer distances for the prolonged period of time, what happens? It loses its angularity. When it rolls, when this clast is rolled along its path, the angularity will be removed due to friction. For example, if we consider entire rock mass is a fragment, which means a clast, when it rolls on its path, definitely this angularity gets friction with its path. Then bit by bit, once when it is touched to the floor, some of the portion will be removed. Then when it is continued, some of the angularity will be removed. Such a way, when it is transported longer distances, bit by bit, it loses its angularity. The fragment which does not able to transport longer distances, it retains its angularity. That's why the rock in breccia, we do not find rounded clast. In breccia, the clasts are going to show angularity. In conglomerate, the clasts are going to show roundness. The main difference between conglomerate and breccia is here in conglomerate, rounded clast, in breccia, angular clast. That's all. The second one, secondly, arenaceous sedimentary rocks. What are arenaceous sedimentary rocks? If the grain size of the sediment lies between 2 millimeter to 1/16 millimeter, such sedimentary rocks are called by the name arenaceous sedimentary rocks. Arena means sand. Then what is the chemical composition of the sand? Silicon dioxide. Then in sedimentary rocks like arenaceous sedimentary rocks, definitely we have to find again silicon dioxide. This is the red sandstone. We have watched Red Fort on TV. That red fort has been constructed by red sandstone. This is the again red sandstone, in which we are going to find silicon dioxide. The grain size here lies between 2 millimeter to 1/16 millimeter. Example, sandstone. Since the classification is clastic sedimentary rock, we can easily use the terminology class. Whatever the fragments, all are called by the name class or fragments or grains or whatever. Here, the class are having the size between 2 millimeter to 1/16 millimeter. That's why it is called by the name arenaceous sedimentary rock. Example, sandstone. We can feel rough surface. But here we can clearly view. In between the grain, we are going to find cementing material. In this case, we can clearly find. You see, here is a clast. Here is a clast. In between, there is a material which is called by the name binding material or cementing material. Cementing material means the material which holds togetherly number of class. Without cementing material, there is no sedimentary rhodaceous rock or rhodaceous sedimentary rock. That's why cementing material is also important in clastic sedimentary rocks. This cementing material may be siliceous or calcareous, ferruginous or argillaceous. Siliceous means silica rich. Calcareous means calcium rich. Ferruginous means iron rich. That's all. But when we come to this rock, when the grains are made up of silicon dioxide, when the cementing material becomes the same kind, then the rock is more durable. The silica content which is present in the rock or in the form of glass or in the form of cementing material that does not undergo weathering easily, then the rock is more durable than the cementing material becomes ferruginous or calcareous or argillaceous. When the arenaceous sedimentary rocks like sandstone is formed of cementing material like siliceous, definitely that is more durable than the rest of the rocks. Next, silt sedimentary rocks. If the grain size of the sediments lies between 1/16 millimeter to 1/256 millimeter, such sedimentary rocks are called by the name silt sedimentary rocks. Example, siltstone. The last one, argillaceous sedimentary rocks. If the grain size of the sediments is less than 1/256 millimeter, such sedimentary rocks are called by the name argillaceous sedimentary rocks. Example, shale. Here only 4 kinds under clastic sedimentary rocks. You see, grain size is bigger. Rhodaceous, conglomerate, first one. The second one, sandstone, lesser than the rhodites. Here arena. When we come to the shale, you see here The shale denotes very fine grained. We do not feel rough surface like sandstone in the shale, which is very smooth. Why? When the grain size of the sediments less than 1 by 256 millimeter, then it is called by the name argillaceous sedimentary rocks. Here we are going to find montmorillonite, illite, kaolinite, these kinds of mineralogical constituents. In clastic sedimentary rocks, we are going to study rhodaceous sedimentary rocks, arenaceous sedimentary rocks, silt sedimentary rocks, argillaceous sedimentary rocks. Only 4 kinds. Greater than 2 millimeter, here the grain size lies between 2 millimeter to 1 by 16 millimeter, here 1 by 16 to 1 by 256 millimeter, here less than 1 by 256 millimeter. Now, let us move on to non-clastic sedimentary rocks. Let us move on to non-clastic sedimentary rocks. Non-clastic sedimentary rocks are also called as non-detrital sedimentary rocks. In the first case, which means clastic sedimentary rocks, the rocks are formed of clasts. Here, there is no clasts. Some of the soluble constituents of weathered fragments are reached to the water bodies in the form of solution. Such dissolved constituents come out as solid material in the formation of rocks due to precipitation or evaporation. Non-clastic sedimentary rocks are grouped into 2 divisions. Number 1, chemically formed sedimentary rocks. Number 2, organically formed sedimentary rocks. What are chemically formed sedimentary rocks? Let us take one by one. Chemically, the rocks when they are formed either of precipitation or evaporation. Here we are going to find again 4 kinds. Number 1, siliceous deposits. Siliceous deposits. When the rocks are formed from precipitation of silica solution. What is precipitation? Precipitation is a chemical process or chemical reaction which causes solid particles to become separated from a liquid. When the rocks are formed from precipitation of silica solution, then it is called by the name siliceous deposits. Example, flint or even chert or even jasper. These rocks are formed from the precipitation of silica solution. Next, carbonate deposits. When the rocks are formed from precipitation of carbonate rich water. Example, limestone. The third one, evaporates. The rocks which are formed from evaporation of seawater. Example, rock salt, or even rock gypsum. These rocks are formed of evaporation of seawater. The next one, ferruginous deposits. Ferruginous deposits. When the rocks are formed from precipitation of oxides and hydroxides of iron, then it is called by the name ferruginous deposits. Example, bog iron ore. These are all four types which are formed of chemically formed sedimentary rocks. The first one is siliceous deposits, the second one is carbonate deposits, the third one is evaporites, the fourth one is ferruginous deposits. Let us move on to organically formed sedimentary rocks. What are organically formed sedimentary rocks? The sediments which are derived from the disintegration or decomposition of plants and animals are called as organic sediments. Under this organically formed sedimentary rocks, we are going to study again, number one, carbonate deposits. Here also we have studied carbonate deposits. Here the rocks which are formed of precipitation of carbonate rich water. But when we come to this case, when we come to organically formed sedimentary rocks, here it is formed by the gradual accumulation of shells and skeletal bones of sea organisms, particularly like corals, crinoids, foraminifera, etc. Example, fossiliferous limestone. When this rock is formed of skeletal bones or shells of sea organisms, when we pour onto that particular rock mass a dilute HCl, definitely again that gives effervescence, which is rich with calcium. Even if you pour dilute HCl on this particular limestone, that also gives effervescence. Without limestone, there is no cement. The main ingredient of cement is limestone. This is most important rock, particularly for the civil engineers. Here the limestone, which is formed of fossils or remains of plants and animals. The second one, phosphatic deposits. What are phosphatic deposits? It is formed out of excreta of fish-eating birds. Example, guano. Guano is natural phosphate and nitrogenous material and which is highly soluble in water. When it comes in contact with water, definitely it will be dissolved. That's why we do not find most of the time this guano material. Under non-clastic sedimentary rocks, we are going to find chemically formed sedimentary rocks and organically formed sedimentary rocks. Under chemically formed sedimentary rocks, again four kinds: Siliceous deposits, it is formed by precipitation of silica solution, example flint. The second one is carbonate deposit. The second one is carbonate deposits. It is formed by precipitation of carbonate rich water, example limestone or even dolomite or even magnesite. Various kinds of rocks can be seen under carbonate deposits. The next one is evaporites. Evaporites means it is formed by the evaporation of seawater, example rock salt or even rock gypsum. The last one, ferruginous deposits, it is formed by the precipitation of oxides and hydroxides of iron, example bog iron ore. Again, when we come to the organically formed sedimentary rocks, we are going to study carbonate deposits. Carbonate deposits are formed by accumulation of shells and skeletal bones of sea organisms, from which fossiliferous limestone can be seen. Another one is phosphatic deposits. It is formed out of excreta of fish-eating birds. Example, guano, which is highly soluble in water.